gold, silver, and Bitcoin, the 50-50-0 principle. The case for balanced allocation. The 50-50-0 principle represents a strategic portfolio allocation across hard assets, a 50% or higher allocation to gold, a 50% or lower allocation to silver, and a 0% baseline allocation to Bitcoin, though this can be adjusted to anywhere between 0 to 25% based on personal conviction and assessment. This framework centers on the proven track record of precious metals while acknowledging Bitcoin's potential role, creating a balanced approach to wealth preservation in an increasingly uncertain economic landscape. This principle establishes precious metals as the foundation of a hard asset portfolio, while maintaining Bitcoin as an optional component based on individual assessment. The core precious metals allocation provides a stable base with millennia of monetary history, while the flexible 0 to 25% Bitcoin component allows calibration according to personal conviction, technical comfort, and long-term outlook. Gold's primary strength lies in its unparalleled historical track record. For over 5,000 years, across civilizations and through countless currency collapses, gold has maintained significant purchasing power. Today's central banks continue to affirm this legacy, collectively holding over 35,000 tons in reserves. This institutional validation provides a foundation of stability that neither silver nor Bitcoin can currently match. Unlike its counterparts, gold maintains a privileged position within the international monetary system. While rarely granted full legal tender status in modern economies, gold occupies a unique classification between currency and commodity. Central banks can deploy gold reserves in settlements between nations, and the asset receives special accounting treatment on institutional balance sheets. Some jurisdictions have even begun reintroducing limited monetary recognition for the metal, creating potential pathways for enhanced status during periods of monetary stress. This established framework, refined over centuries, provides gold with structural advantages that newer monetary alternatives have yet to achieve. However, gold isn't without limitations. Its annual mining production adds approximately 1 to 2% to existing supply, creating a modest but persistent inflationary pressure. While significantly less than fiat currency expansion, this contrasts with Bitcoin's fixed supply cap. Additionally, gold faces practical challenges in verification, storage, and especially transportation across jurisdictional boundaries during times of stress, precisely when its utility might be most needed. Silver occupies a fascinating middle position in our framework. Often described as monetary insurance with an industrial kicker, silver maintains gold's physical tangibility while adding substantial industrial demand that consumes roughly 50% of annual production. This industrial component provides unique exposure to technological growth sectors including electronics, solar panels, and medical applications that neither gold nor Bitcoin directly capture. Silver's historical relationship to gold through the gold-silver ratio, currently around 90-1 but averaging around 55-1 over the past 100 years, suggests potential outperformance during precious metals bull markets. During strong bull markets, this ratio has occasionally compressed to 15-1 or lower, highlighting silver's potential for dramatic outperformance. This coiled spring characteristic makes it particularly attractive in a balanced allocation approach, potentially delivering outsized returns while maintaining physical asset properties. However, silver's industrial utility presents a unique vulnerability absent in purely monetary assets like gold and Bitcoin. As environmental and resource policies evolve, silver could face targeted taxation precisely because of its essential industrial applications. Governments seeking revenue while transitioning to green technologies might implement extraction taxes, strategic resource controls, or cross-border tariffs that disproportionately affect silver. Unlike purely monetary gold, silver's dual nature makes it susceptible to industrial policy interventions that could erode its after-tax returns relative to other hard assets, particularly in stringent regulatory environments. This represents a material consideration when balancing allocation percentages. Bitcoin represents the digital evolution of hard money principles. Its mathematical guarantee of absolute scarcity with a fixed cap of 21 million coins creates something unprecedented: perfect supply inelasticity. Unlike gold and silver mining, which can increase in response to higher prices, Bitcoin's emission schedule remains immutable, regardless of market conditions or technological advances. This digital architecture delivers advantages impossible in the physical realm. Perfect divisibility to 8 decimal places, each Bitcoin contains 100 million satoshis, near instant global transferability, and programmatic verification requiring no specialized equipment. However, these benefits come with trade-offs: higher price volatility, technological complexity, and lacking gold's multi-millennia track record of maintaining value. The decision about whether to include Bitcoin alongside precious metals should be based primarily on fundamental assessment. For those with conviction in Bitcoin's functionality, long-term value proposition, and the technical ability to secure it properly, a 5 to 25% allocation may be appropriate. For those focused exclusively on assets with proven multi-generational performance or lacking technical expertise in digital asset security, the core 50/50 gold-silver allocation provides a complete hard money portfolio without digital complexity. Calibrating allocations. The 50/50 zero allocation is a baseline approach that can be calibrated for individual needs. Such could be an 80/20 zero allocation that emphasizes maximum historical reliability. This more conservative position typically exhibits lower volatility, appealing to risk-averse investors or those closer to retirement age. Conversely, if you are a strong believer in the future of Bitcoin, a 50/25/25 allocation might be more suitable. This flexibility may prove particularly valuable during potential financial system reconfigurations. Historical precedent suggests that during monetary system transitions, previously dominant assets often experience significant revaluation. Central banks' continued gold accumulation indicates institutional preference should such scenarios materialize. Those deeply concerned about industrial policy might reduce silver exposure, while individuals with limited technological expertise should consider little or no Bitcoin exposure. Physical precious metals present their own security challenges. Home storage risks, theft and disaster, bank vaults introduce counterparty risk and potential confiscation, and private vault services require trust in third-party verification. Unlike Bitcoin's multi-signature capabilities where keys can be geographically distributed with no single point of failure, physical gold and silver must exist in at least one physical location, creating inherent vulnerability regardless of security measures. For technically proficient individuals, properly implemented Bitcoin security using multi-signature wallets, requiring 2 of 3 or more keys for transactions, air-gapped computers that never connect to the internet, and metal plate wallets for cold storage backup offers a different type of security compared to precious metals. Such setups can make it physically impossible to access funds under duress while still maintaining owner control through carefully planned key distribution. These personal assessments spanning technology, risk, monetary policy projections, individual capabilities, and security requirements should ultimately drive your specific implementation of the broader principle. A critical consideration for long-term investors is whether Bitcoin will maintain its dominant position or eventually be supplanted by a superior cryptocurrency. Despite Bitcoin's current network advantages and first-mover position, technological evolution could potentially produce a Bitcoin 2.0 that better fulfills the store of value function. Such an advancement might offer enhanced security, greater privacy, improved energy efficiency, or novel features unforeseen today. While historical technological replacements aren't guaranteed even when better alternatives exist, consider QWERTY keyboards persisting despite more efficient layouts, prudent investors should acknowledge this possibility rather than assuming Bitcoin's permanent dominance. Within potential financial system realignments, gold may possess a singular advantage over both silver and Bitcoin. Central banks collectively hold over 35,000 tons of gold reserves, but virtually no silver or Bitcoin on their balance sheets. This institutional positioning creates a structural incentive for gold-favorable policies should a new monetary framework emerge. A major monetary transformation might necessitate gold revaluation of 5 to 10 times current levels if attempting to back even a fraction of global money supply. Competing hard asset allocations. While the 50/50 zero framework provides a balanced baseline, certain personal circumstances might warrant deviations from this framework. For investors with specific needs, alternative distributions could prove more appropriate. Consider the case of individuals particularly concerned with direct exchange capabilities during major financial system disruption. Those living in regions with greater economic instability or prioritizing local community resilience might benefit from a higher silver allocation, perhaps a 25/75/0 distribution that emphasizes silver coins in various denominations. Small denomination silver coinage offers unique functionality during disruptions when conventional payment systems fail, but local exchange networks emerge. This barterability represents a practical insurance function that neither gold nor Bitcoin can directly replace, as gold's high per-unit value complicates everyday transactions while Bitcoin requires functioning digital infrastructure. Conversely, technologically oriented investors with strong conviction in Bitcoin's future but with limited storage capability for physical silver might consider a 60/0/40 allocation. This approach maintains gold's irreplaceable historical security while embracing Bitcoin's digital innovation. This allocation would be suitable only for individuals with both substantial technical expertise in secure private key management and strong belief in Bitcoin's technology and store of value function. Practical application and conclusion. Implementing the 50/50 zero principle requires consideration of several practical factors beyond simple percentage allocations. Investment timeline significantly impacts your risk management approach. Longer horizons may allow more comfort with Bitcoin's volatility should you choose to include it, while shorter timeframes might suggest staying with a more gold-weighted allocation. Similarly, technical comfort levels influence custody solutions, with self-sovereign options available but requiring different expertise across asset classes. As markets move, your allocation mix will naturally drift. When certain assets outperform others, their percentage grows while others shrink proportionally. This creates natural decision points. Do you maintain your original percentages or let winners run? For those who prefer the discipline of the original allocation, consider adjusting when an asset grows beyond your comfort zone. This approach automatically captures some gains from outperforming assets while reinforcing the contrarian mindset that has served hard asset investors well throughout history. For investors new to hard assets, implementation might follow a dollar-cost averaging approach. Building positions over 6 to 12 months reduces timing risk while allowing familiarization with custody solutions for each asset class. Of course, in the extreme event of a global financial system seizure, where a so-called bank holiday might last for months, a significant gold revaluation could follow immediately. But barring such scenarios, gradual implementation makes sense for most investors. Physical gold and silver holdings require secure storage considerations, while Bitcoin, if included, necessitates understanding proper private key management, both representing critical risk factors independent of market movements. The 50-50-0 principle ultimately represents a systematic approach to uncertainty rather than a perfect solution. Its power lies not in optimizing for specific predictions, but in creating resilience across multiple scenarios. By establishing a solid foundation in traditional forms of hard money with calibrated flexibility regarding digital alternatives, investors acknowledge the fundamental limitations of forecasting while positioning for various potential outcomes. In a financial landscape increasingly characterized by monetary experimentation, this balanced approach offers a pragmatic path, respecting gold's unparalleled historical track record while acknowledging Bitcoin's potential role in the future monetary landscape, with silver providing both industrial utility and additional monetary insurance. Rather than forcing an either-or choice between millennia of monetary history and emerging digital alternatives, the flexible 50-50-0 principle allows investors to bridge past and future, maintaining optionality in an increasingly uncertain economic landscape.